Hello everyone, welcome back to the SP Learning Labs Java programming course. In today's video, we are going to learn string pool and string immutability. In the previous video, we learned what is string and how we create strings. Today, we are going one step deeper and understand what happens in memory when we work with strings. Understanding memory changes how you write code. Let me ask you something. If you create two strings with same value, will Java create two separate objects or reuse the same one? And one more question. When you modify a string, does it really change or does Java create a new object? Let's find out step by step. String pool. First, string pool. Java uses a special memory area called string pool. Whenever we create a string using literal like Java, it is stored inside the string pool. Now, here is the interesting part. If the same value already exists, Java will not create a new object. It will reuse the existing one. But when we use the new keyword, Java creates a new object in heap memory, not in the string pool. So, what we will do now, we will create strings using both ways, literal and new keyword, and see where they are stored and how memory works. Let's understand memory through code. Now, let's create another class and see what actually happens in memory. Check on the main method and click finish. Now we will see about string pool. Now observe this carefully. Here we created two strings s1 and s2. Same value Java. Now the question is, will Java create two objects or only one? Now Java checks the string pool. It says Java already exists. So it does not create a new object. It reuses the existing one. That means S1 and S2 both are pointing to the same object. Now look at this line, S1 double equals to S2. Double equals to checks the memory reference, not the value. Since both references are pointing to the same object, output will be true. Now let's run this and see the output. You can see the output true because both are pointing to the same reference. Now one important question is, can we directly see string pool in code? No, because Java does not give direct access, and this is actually a good thing because Java handles memory internally and does not allow direct memory access. This makes Java more secure and safer and prevents memory related issues. So even though we cannot see the string pool directly, we can understand it through behavior. We can't see the pool, but we can prove it. Next, let's see what happens when we use the new keyword. Does Java still reuse the same object or create a new one? Let's find it out in code. Now observe carefully, S1 is created using string literal. So it will stored in string pool. And S2 is created using new keyword and it is stored in heap memory. Now both have same value Java, here also Java, but memory location is different. Now look at this line, S1 double equals to S2. Since both are different objects, output is false. Here the reference is also pointing to different objects. Now let's run this and see the output. You can see the output false because both are different objects pointing to different references. So understand clearly. Literal uses string pool and new object uses heap. Values same but objects different. That's the key difference. Literal reuses, new always creates. So let's conclude this example. In this code, string s1 equal to Java. This creates one object in string constant pool, which is a special area inside the heap memory. Now this line string s2 equal to new string Java. Here two things happen. First, Java checks the pool and ensures Java exists there. Then it creates a new object in the heap memory outside the pool. So total two objects are created, one in string pool and one in heap memory. That's why s1 double equals to s2 gives false because both are pointing to different objects. Same value but different objects. So this is the code related to string, how they are created and how they are references to the memory and how objects are created. Immutability. Now let's talk about string immutability. Immutability means once an object is created, it cannot be changed. In Java, strings are immutable. That means if you try to modify a string, Java will not change the existing object. Instead, it creates a new object. Strings don't change, they create new objects. Now let's see this in code and observe carefully how new objects are created. Now let's create a new class, string immutability. And check on the main method and click finish. Now we will see the immutability. I will create a string Now observe carefully. Here we are calling s.concat and assigning world inside it. Concat is a method used to combine two strings like joining text hello plus world. So we are trying to change the string from hello to hello world. But what is the output? It prints hello or hello world. Let's see. You can see the output hello. Why? Because string is immutable. It does not change the existing object. Instead, Java creates a new object hello world, but we are not storing it, so it is lost. Now let's fix this. What I will do, I will just simply s equal to s.concat world. Now we are storing the new object, so output becomes hello world. Let's see this. And you can see the output hello world. Now another confusion, let's see this. Here observe, we are not modifying the hello. Instead, a new object world is created and s now points to that object. The world object hello still exists but reference is changed. So understand clearly. Concat method creates new object and this s equal to world creates new object in both cases. Original string is not changed. Now let's run this. You can see the output only world. So you don't change a string, you create a new one. Now one more question. What if we write like this? Will this change the string or create something new? Let's see. Now observe carefully. We are directly combining two strings, hello and world, using plus operator. This is also string concatenation, just like concat method. What Java does internally, it combines hello and world and creates a new string hello world. So again, a new object is created, not modifying any existing string. Now important point, hello and world is done at compile time. So Java directly creates one string hello world. That means it may even store this result in string pool. Now let's run this. You can see the output hello world. So once again, no existing string is changed, only new string is created, which proves strings are immutable. Every change creates a new string, never modifies the old one. So this is the code part related to string immutability. Common mistakes. Now let's look at some common mistakes. Using double equals to instead of equals method. Thinking string changes directly, not understanding how references work. Strings don't change, references change. Best practices. Now some best practices are: use equals method for content comparison, understand immutability clearly, avoid creating unnecessary objects. When you understand how memory works, your code becomes cleaner. Understand behavior, avoid confusion. Homework and questions. Before ending this video, I have a small task for you. Create strings using literal and using new keyword. Compare them using double equal to and equals method. Observe carefully how results change. You will understand clearly. Try this. Modify a string and observe what happens. See how it behaves. Now it becomes easy to understand. Now think about these questions. What is string pool? What is immutability? What is the difference between double equal to and equals method? Try to answer this. Share your answers in the comment section. If you have any doubts, ask in comments. I will help you. Small practice gives clear understanding. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will learn string methods and how to work with strings in real programs. If you found this helpful, like, share and subscribe to SP Learning Labs. See you in the next video.